always tell rappers like, sell merch, wear your merch.
Right, right.
You know
Hey,
what I'm
you
saying?
know how I want to do it. You know how I want to do it. I want to like somehow, some way, have like get that big presence in the designer like fashion world. Then like be like Dior. Let me make a Dior shoe.
Yeah,
That's
that's
saying
hard. That's
let
hard.
me
Do a
tell you
collab.
how Dior poster look type shit.
Yeah, that's hard too. That's hard too. Yeah, you should do that, and then just always still have like
Yeah, have your
your
own
merch
shit.
on the side.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Kanye showing a nigga how that Yeezy blowing up. So I need
Uh,
some money
yes,
too.
man. Kanye, bro. Fuck. That motherfucker's out of here with that. That's just crazy.
Hey Ghazi, every time I talk to Russ, Russ on some hustling shit. He got me on some hustling shit.
You already know.
Come on.
Yeah.
We're all like-minded individuals. It's all
Yes,
about
sir.
empowerment.
Ghazi, how we feeling, bro? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you? I got Money Man here chilling with us too.
Okay, what up, bro? Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain.
We in the studio. Where y'all at?
Same. I'm in the studio.
I'm at the crib getting fat.
This
You
is
know
damn near. This is damn near the first time Jackboy is not at the studio. He damn near lives
what?
in this bitch.
I see it. I
First
see it.
time Jackboy said he came out here like how long ago was the first time he came out here? About a year ago? A year and a half ago. It's been about a year and a half.
About a year and a
It's like
half.
September 2019. He came, recorded a couple songs, and then he comes
Yeah.
out. And he sees me out in the hallway, and he says, "I could stay here and record a little longer." I said, "Yeah, you can stay as long as you want." He said, "Can I stay for the next 2 weeks?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can I stay longer than that?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm gonna abuse this motherfucker." And
Hell
then he
yeah.
literally
As
stayed in
he
the studio
should.
for like he stayed in the studio for like 3 months and made 2 albums.
Yeah,
Fire.
I told him I'm gonna abuse this motherfucker. What?
Yeah, amazing work ethic, man. So
Yeah.
it's been dope to watch him like make his ascension. It's very well deserved.
That's all
Proud of
this
you,
shit
bro.
really comes down to, bro, is work ethic. People don't really understand that like, man, it's not even a matter really anymore about it, and it never was about how dope you are and whatever. It's really like who wants this shit more than everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, but people get comfortable, people get rich and stop trying. You feel me?
Let me ask you a question. Didn't when you got started, wasn't
Yeah.
one of your promo methods like didn't you go ham like on SoundCloud for like a year and a half or something? Whereas like
Yeah,
every
like
Monday you kind of had a music Monday thing.
yeah, like a song every week. That was I just was like, man, the best way to promo my last song is my next song. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just went fucking crazy for like
He said the best way to
2
promote my
years.
last song is my next song.
Yeah, bro, that was it
That's
because
really
it's
cool.
like, because I'm like, man, you know what? All right, the last song didn't work. The next song is gonna get y'all at least to come back to my page, and then maybe you go down the rabbit hole of the
Hello.
catalog. You know what I mean?
And even if it don't get what I want at the moment, it's still building that solid, not I'm saying, foundation.
Yeah, exactly.
But when
Because
it
then,
do come back, it's like, oh
yeah,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because you know at some point it's gonna take off, and then people got to do the homework, and then shit's really taking off. That's why. That's when you know, that's when you get those like fans who are just like, I've been with you since. You know what I'm saying? Like you give them that era to hold on to.
And then you did a bunch of independent distribution on your own, and then you did a
Yeah.
license deal with Columbia, is what I was told.
Yeah, no, I partnered with Columbia. It was a full record deal, but it was a partnership. It
Yeah.
wasn't just licensing. But yeah, man, I built up the leverage, and then I was just like, I want to get on radio. And at that point, I didn't know how to get on radio without a label and playlisting and shit like that. And it was a just learning lesson and cool phase in my life because I learned a lot of shit. I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
And you
you know
also
now,
evolved into an international brand during that time
yeah,
period.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say labels help with anything. And I was just talking with some artists about, not some artists, my boy Remble out of LA, talking with him about how, you know, if you want to be international, that's got nothing to do with the label. Because at the end of the day, labels are not developing you anymore. You feel me? So what, you know, if you want to be international, go get an international booking agent who's gonna put your body in fucking
Mm.
Germany. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like that's how, like the way I became international was being on the internet and putting songs out, but it was also my first tour ever was an international tour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I went out there and planted the seeds and did 100
Right.
kids in Manchester and did, you know, 400 kids in Paris, like, and built
That's
it up.
because most of the major labels are domestic, and then they have sister companies in those regions.
That's
And
right. That's
unless
now
the
that's
sister
the
company,
shit that people don't understand.
they
People on
don't
the
know
outside
that.
looking in don't get that.
Yeah.
When you hear people sign to Columbia or RCA or Atlantic, that's a domestic deal.
Yeah.
That's a domestic deal.
That's something
Overseas,
that
you're with someone entirely else. You're just with Sony UK, Sony. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
that's something that we did a lot different when we wired our company. I have international employees all over the world in key markets like Nigeria, Indonesia, China, Europe,
All right.
Latin America, so that when we push the button in the United States, it should get a global push. Because for an artist like yourself, if you look at your streaming numbers, I would imagine 30 or 40% of your streams are coming from outside the U.S.
Man,
So it deserves
it
to
might be
have
more than
a
that.
marketing component. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be more than that too, to be honest. But that's why it's like, you know, it's touring
It's
is the
foolish.
illest
It's
shit to me.
foolish not to work a record internationally now. We're in a global economy. And if you're
You
making
know,
amazing
yeah.
music, you should be working it globally.
You know what else is fucking dumb as shit is that they first week sales they just count U.S. as if none of the rest of the world exists.
Matters, yeah.
Oh,
It's
they
like,
do?
yeah,
Yeah.
like when you see first week numbers like, oh, so and so did 100K first week.
Yeah, they're
That's
only looking at the
literally
US.
just America. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like that's not
But
even
a lot of
Canada.
that,
That's not even Europe. It's like
you,
what? Y'all
you
acting
know what
like
a
the
lot
rest
of
of the
people
world
don't,
doesn't exist.
because a lot of people don't trip off why that matters. It doesn't matter to the general public. They made it matter to the general public. What it really matters to is the CEO and the executives that are going to get bonuses off of those numbers.
100%.
That's all they care about.
It
Yeah.
might be more numbers over there than over here, for real, for real. Even
Bro,
A lot of
for
artists do.
sure.
There's
Yeah.
quite a few artists that will stream more outside the US, but they don't look at that measure.
That's
That
like
measurement.
a lot of my shit is outside of the U.S. It's big in the U.S., but a lot of my shit is outside the U.S., which is why like when people
Where are
would
your
see
key
my
markets at? Tell them
like
where your key markets are, because that'll educate people.
yeah, Portugal, the Middle East is dumb popping in Brazil, Belgium, like
How about
Australia, Philippines is
Japan?
crazy.
Japan?
Yeah, nah, I haven't tapped into Asia yet, but I just started tapping into Asia.
I would imagine you'd be really big if you went to Tokyo and did some stuff with some of the brands out there, like some of the street
Yeah,
brands.
yeah. So I've tapped
Jackboy,
into like Southeast Asia, like
you smoking
Philippines,
some real shit
Malaysia.
over there.
Jackboy's out here dying. That shit's hitting you back.
that's that San Francisco weed.
As it should. That's beautiful. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, you know, so for me, I was like, you know, the overseas shit, I really be doing more shit over there sometimes the way it looks from the outside looking in, which is why when people would post my shows, motherfuckers were like, I don't get it. Who listens to him? It's like, because y'all are local. Y'all think that the only shit that exists is America and or your zip code.
Hey,
Y'all
you
are
know
local.
what I learned about that? I went to looking at a lot of motherfuckers, like when I was in jail, like a lot of rappers I like, just a lot of shit, like shit,
Yeah.
And net worths, all that. How about I look up Flow Rider? And this my man, so I'm cool with him too, but
Yeah.
we don't really listen to him no more. But I'm looking at his shit, I'm like, God damn, this
Flow
nigga,
Rider's lit.
he fucked up. Like you would think you know, man, you would have him fucked up, but that overseas got him like that money going.
Oh
crazy.
yeah, bro. Well, because
So,
the thing with overseas, melody is king overseas. You gotta understand, like, you know, it's hard to do an arena of just straight bars overseas.
somebody told me that
That's
too.
because you know why,
They
bro?
don't English is their
Because
second
they might
language.
not understand, but they might not understand the words, but everybody understands melody.
Exactly. Music is a universal language. I can't tell you how many times I've done a meet and greet overseas and I couldn't even have a conversation with a fan, but that same fan was singing songs. Or the amount of times fans have been like, man, I help you, your songs help me learn English. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
You know, it's crazy you said that. I kind of felt that way too. That's why, like my old music, I used to rap more, but now I'm adding more melody because I know it. Like melody that's gonna last longer. A catchy song,
hell yeah.
5 years from now, a good rap song, that shit be like, he said some bars, but words like drip, words like Dior, all that shit gonna be gone one day. But if you use a good melody and spit some pain or some shit, this gonna be forever. Like pain,
You're right. You're right.
ocean melody, that's forever. That drip, that Dior shit,
Russ,
that shit gonna be
Russ,
forever.
give people an idea of what overseas bags look like, so these rappers understand and these musicians understand how much money they can make when they leave the U.S. Like, what do you think an average musician can make if they go on an overseas run? On
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're
like a
good for in the
mid-size
market.
artist. What would you guess a mid-size artist would touch if they went to like Germany?
A mid-size artist. So what type of venues you doing? Like 2,000 caps?
Yeah, like 2,000 caps.
I mean, it's not that much different from the U.S. 30, 40K a show
I ain't
type
gonna,
of shit.
I ain't
And
gonna
if you
lie.
did like, and then like Dubai, how much do they pay in like Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai's like I'm gonna keep it real. I went to Saudi and got fucking 600K to pop out for a show. You feel me? So it's like that's why like I be
There you
kind of
go,
laughing
Jack.
when like the hip hop media be
And
trying
it's
me and shit because I'm like,
I'm overseas on there.
yeah, it's just I just
I
kind of
know
be
an
laughing
artist.
when
I know an artist that went to the Middle East, did a show for like 500,000, and then somebody came out and tapped in with him and said, "Can you stay another week? We'll pay you 500,000 for 2 more shows apiece."
Yeah,
They
man,
made
they made a
those
those people out there
1.5 million and
just
came back. That's some unbelievable money.
yeah. And the thing is, people need to understand, right? When you do a show in the U.S., you get paid in dollars. You go do a show in the U.K., you get paid in pounds.
Which is $1.3.
Yeah.
One
So
point one
you feel
point three
me?
dollars to a pound. So you make 30% more on your money.
Yeah.
So getting 70,000 pounds would be like getting $100,000
That's
approximately.
what I'm saying. Or you go get paid in euros and you're getting paid 100K euros a show. It's like, it's different. It's different out there. And at the end of the day, overseas people, to keep it real, and I love all my American fans, but because overseas doesn't see you that often, there's a reason why those shows are fucking wild. Because those motherfuckers don't get rappers every weekend. If you live in Atlanta before COVID, you could see 4 rappers a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in Germany, it's like, nah, bro, we're going to the show because I don't know, we got
When
5
he's
shows
coming
a
back.
year type of shit.
For real.
Yeah.
That's like Jackboy. You did something that was